All right, everyone, we're here with our next stranger. Could you tell us your name and a little about yourself?
Hi, I'm Morgan. I like to do art. Um, I have a witchy aesthetic right now, but yeah.
Actually, it's funny. I think 2 or 3 strangers ago, we met an actual guy who considers himself a warlock, a Wicca, which was really cool.
Cool.
Yeah, we talked for like an hour. He was a really cool dude. So, how did you get into art?
I started at a young age. I didn't really get in really into art. But I've always loved it. I just didn't do it on my own really until I hit middle school because art classes are a part of elementary school
Hmm.
just all the time. And I just kept taking art classes, and now I paint.
Look at that room. It's like so cool. I thought that, yeah. I don't know.
I
Some
painted all myself.
Did you? Wow.
Mhm.
What is it for you that kind of inspires you to draw or paint something?
My imagination, or if I'm really bored.
Or do you have a favorite piece that kind of resonates most with you these days?
Not really. Um, the Starry Night was a pain because it took 5 days.
Starring. Oh,
Me and
okay.
my are currently doing a work in progress collab thing that we're doing. But I did paint something for my little brother because his birthday's coming up.
How long did it take for you to do that?
Um, I honestly don't know. It took a few weeks, but I didn't work on it constantly. Um,
It's so good.
I worked on it for like a few hours every now and then. It didn't really take that long if I crunch all the days together.
Oh.
That was my water bottle.
Let's see. With are your parents interested in art as well?
No, I'm the only art kid.
Hmm.
Um, my mom and dad both can't draw, but I do have ancestors that draw.
Interesting. Could you do like who? Your grandmother or grandfather?
Um, I think it was my great aunt.
Hmm.
Or I don't even know because it was told me through Facebook.
Okay. Interesting. What what do your like do you have a big family?
Um, my parents are divorced, so I have a biological brother and a biological sister. I have three stepbrothers and a half brother. So at my dad's, there's seven kids.
Oh my gosh.
I'm dead center in the middle.
Oh man, do you like being in the middle?
Eh,
Yeah.
it's kind of hectic, but oh well.
Could you talk a little
One
more
of,
about that? Like what's hectic about it?
one of them is off of college. One of them is 18 now. My biological brother is 18. One of my stepbrothers is off at college. Um, my little brother is turning 6.
Wow.
Um,
And
then
he's the Teen Titan one, huh?
yeah.
Hmm.
Um, then there is um, my sister and one of my stepbrothers are 3 days apart.
Wow. My gosh.
And then me and one of my stepbrothers are 8 months apart.
Wow. Wow,
We're pretty
yes.
close in age.
Sounds like are you close to most of them?
No, I kind of just go off and do my own thing.
Cool. Yeah. You kind of have your own little oasis there, right? Your kind of artist oasis. Uh-huh. I feel that. I'm an actor actually. And so I understand the want to just kind of get away and kind of do your own thing, you know. I think that's something that a lot of artists like to do. Be to themselves, be with their own minds, you know.
Hmm.
Are you an introvert or an extrovert, you think?
I'm a little bit of both. Um, I don't do well in large groups of people that I don't know, but in large groups of people that I do know, I'm perfectly fine.
Mm. What like it seems like you're very confident in your own kind of style in your own way. Um, do you have any tips for people who may not feel as confident in their own kind of skin or in their own aesthetic, I guess you could say? Any?
Um, I actually am not the most comfortable in my own skin. I just kind of roll with it. Um, I'm actually gender fluid, so I get top dysphoria a lot. Um,
Hmm.
do I need to explain dysphoria
Yeah,
for any
yeah,
viewer?
yeah. Could you talk about that a little more?
Dysphoria is kind of like you not only hate like your body, but you just don't feel like it's yours. Like
Wow.
you were put in the wrong body. Um, so for FTM, female to male, um, they feel like they should have a male's body because their brains are actually like male brains, and male to female are actually female brains. It just relates back to science because I believe the brain is developed first, and then the rest of the body.
Wow, brain is developed first and then the rest of the body.
I'm pretty sure.
Wow. Okay. Or no,
I'm not
no,
completely factual here.
I'm just saying
I'm
that
not.
because I'm just trying to process that because you're the first person on here that has talked about being gender fluid. We've I've talked to someone who's been transgender, but they have not talked about gender fluidity. And I don't know if that's the same thing. Um,
No. Trans is you. Trans is an umbrella. There is binary and then there's non-binary. Those are both umbrellas under the big one.
mhm.
So, binary would be uh, FTM and MTF.
Okay.
Non-binary would be non-binaries, demi, gender fluid, like all those types of things.
Hmm. Was
So
there? Hmm.
I go by all pronouns. Um,
Oh, cool. Wow.
so I kind of fluctuate with my masculinity and femininity. Um, yeah.
Wow, that's fascinating. That is so interesting. And dysphoria is where you feel uncomfortable in your own body.
Yeah.
Hmm. Could could you talk a little about that experience if you feel comfortable?
Um, Maddie, go away.
No.
Yes, Maddie, go away.
Are they still calling? Are they still calling dinner? Are they still making dinner?
I think so. Go downstairs and check. Sorry.
That's okay. Is that your older sister? Your
No.
half sister?
My sister's actually younger than me.
Oh, that's
That is one of my friends. I've known her for 10 years.
okay.
So
Cool.
I fight with her a lot.
He like walks into your room.
He's living at my house this week, so.
Oh, I see. Hmm. But getting back to dysphoria, is could you talk about like your experience with discovering that, and was it a difficult transition, like learning that, and how did you learn it?
Um,
Yeah.
at first, I figured out my sexuality. At first, I thought I was bi, and then later on, I figured out that I was pan. I can explain pansexual if some people don't know.
Yeah, yeah, go for it.
Pansexual is basically I don't look at gender. I look at personalities. Um, I don't have people can have a preference, um, but I just look at people as a whole instead of gender.
Mm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So I figured out that I was pan, and then I started. Um, my brain didn't register it as dysphoria at first, but I started questioning, like, along with sexuality, what if I was a boy? And would I like both boys and girls? Or would I just like girls if I were a boy? Because I had kind of grown up in a Christian household, um, like the past few years because of my stepmom. And that's a whole nother story I'm not going to get into.
Okay.
um, but yeah, I started figuring that out. My stepmom and dad were the last to know. My mom was one of the first
Okay.
because I'm a
And
lot closer with
do
my
you
mom
live
than I am.
do you live with your mom currently?
Yes.
Okay.
Um,
Hmm.
and then after I figured out my sexuality, I had already been questioning my gender, and so I just gradually figured that out and like looked up different terms. Um, my advice to any baby LGBT people is you can identify as whatever you'd like. Uh, just know that there may be another term that you find more fitting later on. So just always keep an open mind.
Yeah. That things are always changing, and that change is scary but also really healthy and cool, right? Because the more
Mhm.
that you learn, the more that you are kind of one with change, the more you understand yourself better.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's really cool, Morgan. Thank you for that. Yeah, 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 um, very succinct and thorough. Yeah, the thing that you're talking about with well, I guess I'm interested in your relationship with religion and how that how has that played a part in your identity, do you think?
Um, After I figured out my sexuality and started questioning my gender more, I kind of moved away and pulled away from the Baptist like Christianity.
Could I ask what state you live in?
I am in the show me state. You can figure it out on your own.
Okay, I have no idea. Show me. Okay, I have absolutely no idea what that means, but okay, that's fair.
Um, but yeah,
Okay, and so you started drifting away from religion after
yeah.
that.
And so now I don't worship anything. I don't practice any like worshiping at all. I believe that yes, they can exist. I just choose not to worship them at all because I don't want to get involved with any of that. I just want to be my own person for now and not worry about any of that.
Do you believe in like a higher power, or in terms, because there's something very different between religion, which is like doctrine and you have to do this, and if you don't do this you're going to go to hell,
Yeah.
and the idea of like a higher being and being connected to something bigger than yourself. For you, what is your relationship like with that?
I believe that yes, it can exist. I believe that there can be higher power or powers um, that kind of control us or something like that.
Hmm.
But I don't really, I don't worship them. I don't do anything like with
Yeah.
that. They can exist. I just don't want really anything to do with them.
Cool. Fascinating. Fascinating. Hmm. What is something um, what is something cool about yourself that you think a lot of people don't know about you?
I don't know.
You
Um,
you have a pretty cool room. Maybe a lot of people don't know that.
I mean,
I really like
I,
that one with the tree when it's night and when it's day.
yeah, the half and half.
Yeah.
So
Is the
I have a tinier version
oh,
that I'm actually gonna sell.
really?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Man, that is and I see you have a tank there. Do you have like a little reptile friend in there?
Yep. His
Hmm.
name is Todd. He's a turtle. Usually he comes over here when I'm on Omegle and he like hangs out right there and just looks at people. But right now he's over by his rock.
I think a lot of people may wonder why people come onto Omegle in the first place. Why do you come on?
I have ADHD and so it's hard for me to focus on one thing for a long time. Um, and I just come on here one to make friends and two to like keep myself occupied.
Yeah, awesome. Do you have any other thoughts or things that you kind of want to talk about to viewers um, that may be interested in art or gender identity or just other things that you're interested in?
If you're interested in art, I suggest practice as much as you can. Practice your craft. Practice as much as you can every single day because uh, it'll just help you in the long run.
Yeah,
And that's all
yeah, yeah.
really the
I
advice that I have for that.
Yeah, I can verify that too. You know, if you want to learn more about anything, get a book and read every day before going to bed. I think that's something too that like getting up or like before going to bed, a lot of people just are on they're on their smartphones all the time and I think that actually affects sleep, right? Because that blue light. But if you just kind of like spend a half an hour or 45 minutes before bed reading something that you're interested in, it can help you sleep better. Um, yeah, but just doing things like little by little, like you're talking about, practice makes, well, it doesn't make perfect because perfection is never possible.
Impossible.
Yeah, perfection is impossible, but the more you read and the more you do something, the more you learn about it, and the more connected you become to it, the more it becomes a part of you. You know.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, Morgan, that was awesome. Thank you for putting yourself out there and talking a little bit. If you want to have a picture, if you want a picture for the thumbnail of the video, you can email me a picture of yourself to buildingbridges505 at gmail, which I put on there. If not, then I'll just do a screenshot and make sure to subscribe, okay?
Okay.
Yeah. Awesome. Thanks again.
Perfectly.
All right. See you
Bye.
later. Bye. Yeah.